All right, you guys. So we're going to talk about lead generation when it comes to social media. Now, the process of organic marketing, whether it's search engine optimization or social media marketing, the unfortunate part is if you're just getting started, it takes time. That means you're going to be spending money. That means you're going to be spending time, resources, dedicating people, doing things that don't necessarily produce any kind of ROI when you first get started. It is what it is. If it was easy, everyone would do it and I wouldn't need to be doing this webinar. So ease into it. It's no different than starting a business. You don't get an LLC or, incorporate your company and then tomorrow, boom, you're in business, making money and so forth. It's going to take some work. So let's go through the process because each stage is important. First and foremost, there is a major measurement that matters. That is your visibility score. The higher your visibility score, the more of the content you produce and publish, both on your website and on your social media sites and in your videos, the higher your visibility score. Content, assets, websites are static objects that without marketing or advertising produce zero results. You either work for those assets, meaning you carry people over to those places through marketing and advertising or referrals or signs or your trucks or business cards or handshaking or networking, right? All these different things. Or they just sit there as static objects. So being able to grow your business, first and foremost, it requires us to realize that launching a website is not going to make your phone ring. Launching a Facebook page is not going to make your phone ring. In fact, launching a Facebook page and posting content is not going to make your phone ring. We have to increase your visibility score. We have to increase the total number of impressions. We have to increase the total amount of your reach. We have to make sure that consumers who are looking for products and services you sell can actually find you. And that's a competitive market. There are a lot of other companies that are paying for or producing organic efforts that are all competing for the same space. So in the social environment, you have some unique opportunities. That is leveraging your existing customer base, leveraging your friendships, leveraging your family, leveraging your community, leveraging your network to be able to grow your business. Whereas in the digital space, organically, through search or search engine optimization or through Google, you have a much larger network, but everybody's competing for the same space. Both are important. Understanding our visibility score is critical to our success. Now let's be real about a budget. When it comes to growing a business, last time I checked, money didn't grow on trees. So that means we're going to have to prioritize. Every single business is at a different place. If you're on this call and you're a $10 million company, that's a different conversation than if you're on this call and you're a $2 million company, or if you're just pulling in the first $200,000 and making a good paycheck this year. Each one of those scenarios is a different case. What we have to do is identify where are you at within the 12-step roadmap? What are your annual sales? What are your goals? What is your risk tolerance? What are you willing to invest? How much are you putting away for growing your business? Now, if you have infrastructure challenges, human resources challenges, product challenges, if there are things that are holding you back, you may be working on different portions of your business in tandem. You might be working on hiring, training, you might be recruiting, you might be working on infrastructure or a CRM upgrade or a full operational systems upgrade. So while you're doing that, it's important to make sure that the funnel, your marketing efforts, your visibility ranking continues to grow. You've got to be able to do both at the same time. Because most of the time when you're investing in the infrastructure of your business, you're putting money into something in hopes that when you're done with that hefty project of hiring those new resources or stocking up your warehouse or migrating your operating platforms, that there's going to be new business to support and replenish that income on the other side. So This is the one thing that you got to always be doing. The other thing is that the landscape is constantly changing, right? Technology is changing. Adoption of different technologies are changing. It used to be that old people were on Facebook. Well, now old people are on TikTok and they're having a good old time, right? So they're having, this massive kind of shift in social media environment, technology advancements, search engine requirements. This is an ever-changing environment, social, search, local, and so forth. So we've got to make sure that we are absolutely spending time on the right things at the right time in the right order. So if your website is not strong, marketing on social media, you got to have somewhere to drive them to, right? You don't want to send them to a website that scares them when they get there. This isn't Halloween. I don't want them to come to the door and run away, right? So we got to make sure that this website isn't scaring humans. It can't look like you're a one-person company and you built this in the shop on a weekend with your kid that just graduated from high school. We got to make sure this looks professional. Beautiful part about web and this environment is beautiful website levels playing field. We can make a 2-person company look like a 100-person company in an instant. If we don't have content, it's kind of hard to drive them somewhere and not say anything. If they don't have a way to convert, if they can't text you, if they can't call, if they can't fill out a form, if they can't chat in the middle of the night, if you don't have something available on the weekends for them to convert in, if they can't buy, if they can't shop, if they can't get a price quote, an estimate, all of these things are kind of what's the point? If you're driving social media business or you're focused on building the business from social media standpoint, but your reviews are non-existent, if they Google your company after they find you and those reviews look bad or are null, equal to zip, zero, zilch, they're not going to convert. So each one of these elements from step 1 to step 8, you got to do a little bit of each one of them at the same time. A little bit of each one of them at the same time. So you might have different strategies, right? You might start outsourcing your website and content and SEO to a professional agency, and you might work on your conversions and your social media marketing on your own for a while. However, we got to get it done. Let's bootstrap it and get it done. Every entrepreneur who grows does. What we can't do is stand still. What we can't do is do the exact same thing as we did last year and expect next year's going to produce a different result. Those things don't work. So when it comes to a budget, we're trying to reach somebody. We're trying to get into their space, right? We're trying to dive into their environment. So we've got some things we need to consider when it comes to budgeting. And of course, this is kind of a grand list. And this list you can scale back on as you are, depending on your where you're at in your business. If you're getting started on your own, you're going to go with the free stuff. You're going to set up your own social media networks. You're going to start producing your own content. You're going to produce your own text and images. And then later, when you have a little bit of cash, let's say $30 a month, you might subscribe to to my social media graphics site and start downloading graphics that are pre-designed and pre-configured for your business. Later, you may have a budget that's geared more towards downloading pre-created videos that are already ready to roll. And then that might grow into something custom. And then you might actually start shooting videos. So these budgets can start at zero. You can do it yourself. And then as your balance between time and money changes, when you want to spend your time on the things that only you can do, you're going to take your budget and you're going to outsource the things that anybody can do. And so this is kind of a pendulum. It'll continue to change. Some of the things to consider if you're doing it yourself is a social media publishing software. You're going to have to invest in some kind of a software or system at some point when you start marketing to multiple social media sites. If you're publishing content to Facebook and Instagram, easy. If you start publishing and you want to publish to Pinterest and Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook and Google all at the same time, you're going to want either some software or you're going to want an agency. Now the cost, that's something you have to consider. Sometimes you can get The same cost that it would cost you to buy a piece of software, your monthly subscription to a piece of software, there are some marketing companies that will actually do the work and provide the software at the same time. They already have a license. They buy it in bulk. They get discounted rates when they have 500 customers on the software versus you investing in the software yourself. So those are intelligent kind of questions to really dive into before you make a decision. I've looked through a lot of Amex bills for clients of ours and noticed that when they have a marketing person in-house, sometimes that marketing single person will be subscribed to many different softwares and applications, and they could actually save a lot of money by just subscribing to the agency, letting them do the work. They already have all the software. They're already paying for all those licenses and those subscriptions. So make sure you're not burning your cash on software and licenses if you have an agency that can do it for you for the same amount or less. Next, at some point, you're going to want an email marketing software. Now this, you want to own this. You want this to be your account. You want it licensed in your name. You want to have your agency be able to log into it to help you if necessary. But I would not put your customers inside of an agency's email marketing software. Next, same thing with the text messaging software. Right now, even in our environment, our open rate and our read rate on text messages, our ability to drive people to URLs or forms or videos from a text message is significantly higher than even email marketing. And we've got a really high open rate on our email marketing. So that's something to consider. Next, are you guys coming to their home? Are you hitting them in their mailbox? Technically, that's social. We need to be able to get out to people and meet them where they are. So do they live in social media networks? Yes. But you know what it's like when you get a package or a card in the mail, right? If you get a gift in the mail, that's a oh, happy day, right? You get excited about these things. And next, you're going to either be investing in some kind of social media publishing or full-blown marketing with an agency, one of the two. At some point, you want to get that off your plate. You'll focus on things only you can do. You can take pictures at your company events. You can take pictures of your pug, the mascot. You can take pictures of someone that just started with your company at local events and so forth, but your agency can do everything else. Next is gifts and cards. And then finally, making sure that you have an advertising and a boosting budget. Is we've got to get some traffic. Publishing content, as I said, or publishing a website does not drive traffic. We have to have a budget that's dedicated towards growing, marketing, and advertising or boosting that content. So when it comes to how to grow your HVAC companies, the top ways to grow your HVAC company: number one, build trust with your customers, stay in front of them, and increase your referral business. That's first and foremost. Treat your customers amazing. Amazing. They need to be the heart and soul of your company. Burning and churning through clients is a quick way to have issues in your business and your overall growth. It'll eventually come back to you. So take care of those customers with your heart and your soul, with compassion and care and concern for their livelihood. Next, make sure you have quick response times. I know we struggle with this. There'll be days where I'll do 5 events back to back to back. Plus we have leads coming off social media and ads, and we've got stuff coming in off SEO. And I get it. I understand that it can be really a challenge to try and respond to those leads really quick, because leads don't care about, the fact that you've got 300 people asking you the same question at the same time. They care about them and their issue. I understand you guys are the same way with us. So make your response times quick and easy, which means build in some automation, give people multiple ways to communicate with you. Let them be able to text you, let them be able to chat, let them be able to call, let them be able to fill out a form, let them be able to email or request a quote or get an estimate or watch a video. Let them be able to communicate with you through a lot of different mediums. Next is build a strong website with content and SEO. Bottom line is get to page 1. Get to page 1. If your website's sitting on page 2, you're 1 yard before the touchdown. Don't quit. The number of companies I've seen spend time and money and energy on getting their website to page 1 of Google, and they're on page 2, number 1, and they're like, you know what, taking too much time, I'm out, I'm done, I'm gonna go buy a new website. I'm gonna go build another website and think it's gonna do something different. Do everything you can to get to page 1 for 5 phrases, then add 5 more, then add 10 more, then add 20 more, then add 30 more. Every single thing a consumer is searching for, we want your visibility score to be 100. I want you to be seen. I want them to at least have an opportunity to scan over your listing. Somehow, some way, your website needs to be an option on page 1. Websites don't do it on their own. You got to have a content and SEO plan. That's the number 1 way to grow your business. This works when you have trust with your customers, great response times, and obviously great reviews. Next, optimize your local business listing and get that local business listing to rank on Google Maps. That's an easy win, and it's free. All it requires you to do is have consistent reviews, consistently quality reviews, publish content on a regular basis, make sure you're posted in the right categories, optimize the heck out of that Google business listing. It costs you nothing but a little bit of time. I'm going to pause here for just a second. Jasmine, you have a lot of clients that are utilizing Google business listing as the starting point to grow their business. It's the fundamental where they just started their business and this is the only way to get business in their primary area. What do you think the difference is between those that, don't take getting their Google business listing set up and being serious about getting reviews versus those who really put energy into it?
The biggest thing that I see is the people that don't sit there and optimize their Google business listing, get a Google business listing to start out with, and really put that time with reviews, with images, with posts, with different things, promotions in there. They tend to rank slower. And it's a very hard struggle to get their website up, to get their SEO going, because they don't have all the pillars that we need for Google to take them seriously. With customers that jump on, we get a Google business going. When we start our project launch, they get the postcard, they review it, they start to get reviews, they start to publish stuff, we start to get images onto their actual Google My Business listing. I see their site start to take off and get ranked within the first 60 days of going live, getting their SEO going, and the traffic that I see from year to year doubles and triples versus someone that's not taking the time to add in images, to add in content, to add in promotions, and to get reviews and to respond back to those reviews. Their traffic, it's night and day.
Absolutely. And I think that's a good point, you guys. All of this stuff is interdependent and interconnected. So as Jasmine was saying, your SEO efforts getting to page 1 of Google, that's the real version, are impacted by how strong your social media networks are, how strong your Google business listing is, how strong your review portfolio is. Each one of those elements, how strong your local directories are. Every one of those pieces either positively impacts your ability to get ranked on page 1, or it negatively impacts your ability to get ranked on page 1. Now, on top of that, they also can be scaring people away, helping you detract customers from taking action with your company, or they can be helping you and supporting you and converting those leads that do wind up finding you on page 1 or do wind up finding you on your social media site. So make sure that you understand that the 12-step roadmap, the importance of all of those pieces working together, it's really, really important. So next is expand your local directory listings and optimize. If you go to ciwebgroup.com, at the very bottom of the website, there's a little link that I think it says free local report or something like that. Free local report, bottom left hand in the footer. Go check your local listings, see if you have the correct address and phone number and so forth. That's important. Next is getting reviews, publishing content on a regular basis on your website, embracing social media, community partnerships, referrals. And then finally, the last piece is the subsidies, right? Your power moves, being able to turn up, turn off, turn on, turn down, your lead generation efforts through pay per lead, pay per click, pay per call, the advertising budgets that you may have. So as you're going through and trying to figure this out, your time or money kind of weighing each one of those, you might start off with DIY network, right? Do it yourself. You're creating your own content, you're publishing your own content, you may be publishing to one or more platforms, and that's absolutely fine. In fact, a lot of small businesses and entrepreneurs start off with just their Facebook personal page and don't actually start using a business page until they have a little bit of funds to be able to dump into a more professional page. And that's because you're tapping through your customer or your friends and your family and people you used to work with and community members, church members, and so forth. Second, get access to a pre-designed library of video content. You guys, for everybody that's attending this or watching this, we're going to give you 100 free social media graphics and videos. At the end, I'll show you how to access those, but you all get those. They're free to use. We update those portfolios on a regular basis, so that content is yours. Subscribe to it. MySocialMediaGraphics.com. That is a new platform that's going to be launching here in the next week or so. And for now, you can just log in to get those social media graphics, but it's pre-created graphics for your industry. So you don't even have to think about it. There's stuff on maintenance agreements. There's things on tune-up specials and services and holidays and everything, IAQ, indoor air quality, everything is already preloaded and in there. So that makes it a lot easier. Next is subscribe to a publishing platform. At some point, you're going to get out of wanting to do the work yourself and you're going to invest in a publishing platform. That's either, again, you're signing up for software and you're doing it yourself through software that submits to multiple locations at the same time, or sign up for the agency and let them do it for you. Hire an agency to publish pre-designed or custom content. This is one of those things you evolve. If you're looking at having an agency publish pre-designed content, for us, we just launched a promotion. It's $29.99. It's a promotion called Your Comfort Experts, where we have all of the Your Comfort Experts graphics already pre-posted. It only costs $30 a month. That's simple. And then later on, grow into something that has custom branded graphics where it's unique to your business. Every single graphics has your brand and your image and your logo and your phone number and so forth on it. But you don't have to start there. Start somewhere and then grow into that over time. And then the final piece is technically where you want to keep your money available is not on all this stuff. This stuff is inexpensive. For less than $100 a month, you can have someone building graphics, publishing to your social media sites. This is simple. Where you want to keep your budget for is boosting and advertising that content, because publishing it's not going to do much. Boosting and advertising it, that's what's going to get it in front of people. So you got to start by picking your social media publishing software or agency. At some point, you're going to want to choose between those two. I prefer agency, not because I own one, but because I don't want to spend money on a piece of technology that does something. It's like buying a lawnmower with no motor. So if I bought a lawnmower and it had no motor, actually, you know what? It's like driving a car versus a Tesla with fully automated driving capacity, right? If I buy a car, I got to drive it. I can get the same car, but it's a Tesla and it'll drive me. That's the difference. All right. Next, choose your channels. There's a lot to choose from. You guys keep this simple. Facebook and Instagram and Twitter can all be published to from Facebook. That's simple. Okay. The majority of population of home buyers, homeowners currently reside inside Facebook, inside LinkedIn, and inside YouTube. Okay. That's the majority. LinkedIn is going to tend to be your more professionals. So let's say you have a commercial side of your business. LinkedIn would be excellent for marketing directly to business owners, whether it's retail stores or small chains or medical professionals or office owners, office managers, real estate agents, and so forth. That's a great place to be able to manage the professional side of your business if you're looking at B2B. On a B2C side, start off with Facebook, start there, and then start to build your other networks. Remember that you have your primary social media networks between Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, and YouTube. And then we're going to drill into additional ways to connect with consumers, which is going to be through email marketing and text marketing. The bottom line when it comes to this is show up, suit up, and participate. There's only so much an agency can do, right? They can do everything you can't, that anybody can do. They can publish your promotions, they can publish your social or your holiday graphics, maintenance graphics, motivational quotes, inspirational quotes, engagement content, questions. They can do all of that, but make sure that you show up and participate. Get your team to start liking that content, sharing that content, commenting on that content. Engage your team, make it part of your company culture. If you just hire an agency and have them start publishing content, there's going to be zero traction unless you guys show up, suit up, and participate. You guys, your team, you've got to engage. Get them to start publishing content, pictures. The great part about social is it can be really authentic. So if you guys get muddy this winter and you're, down in a crawl space and you come out and you look horrible, it's almost scary, or you're doing snow angels in someone's yard after you get done installing a great system, put it on video, take a picture, publish things that make it really authentic and real. And then all of your normal everyday content, have your agency publish that separate. But you guys bring life to your post. It doesn't always have to be completely professional. It's kind of a balance of both. They want to see humans behind social media. They want to see the people behind the platforms, behind the companies. So you guys, there's a lot to choose from. Technically, there are hundreds, over 300 different social media, local and directory listing sites. So do you need to own all of them? Eventually, just owning your handle in all of those social media sites allows you to be able to create a network of backlinks to your website that is really strong for SEO. Do you need to publish content to all of them? Only if it can be automated. If we can get a robot to do it, we can publish. Do you need to physically log into every one of these sites and publish content? Absolutely not. There are platforms for that. So that is called hire a nerd, not do it yourself. So your buyer. This isn't always about advertising. Your buyers, think way, way, way more human, right? They live on this device, whether it's an iPhone or an Android and whatnot. And this device is filled with stuff that they do all day, every day. Their lives are filled with things that it should be part of your marketing content, right? Right now, we've got students that are having to move home and can't go back to school. They've got to come home. So they need to convert the basement into somewhere that's a warm space. It's cold right now. In fact, part of the country, it's freezing right now, right? They've got parents that maybe need a space that's separate from the rest of the household. So they need to convert a portion of their house to have its own heat, right? They've got 4 or 5 more people in the house that maybe weren't in there a year ago. You have people that are relocating, that are moving back home to take care of family and loved ones. You have new home buyers. Every single one of these individuals, you have moms that are crazy busy. You have parents and families that have been stuck in their house with their kids now for almost a year. You know what that does to humans. I'm just saying. Hey, they're fishing weird stuff out of their toilets. Every single human is going through something in their lives. Make your content resonate with that, right? Recently, people have figured out how to turn a portion or a piece of their bedroom or household into a gym. It might not be the most comfortable space if you're sitting in Phoenix, Arizona. It might be your garage, and now you need to put some kind of an air conditioning or heating system in a garage. Everyone who's had to move home and is now working from home, that is putting up sheds and small offices and turning garages into offices, right? There's all of these things that happen in people's lives. And especially right now, they're spending so much time at home that you can connect with them on more of a personal level. You can connect with them based on things that are happening in their life, not right now. It doesn't always have to be $69 tune-up. Get it while it's hot right now, limited available. But wait, there's more, right? It doesn't have, Jasmine just laughed. It doesn't have to be that. It can be connected. It can be personal. You can say if you recently moved your workout space to your garage and it's a little uncomfortable, let's install a ductless system and make it feel a little bit more like the gym. right? Jasmine, I know, do you have scenarios or situations with customers where they've done a great job with connecting with people based on kind of this shakeup in everybody's lives right now?
Yeah, I actually have a lot of customers that are moving from their corporate buildings into their garages now. There's a lot of people that I'm seeing in the area that we don't want to use those big spaces that you have tons of foot traffic kind of going in. So they're moving their businesses elsewhere, and they're putting pictures of them redoing the offices. They're putting pictures of them running deckless units into it. They're putting pictures of their moms, the actual moms of distant learning, which myself is one, of us pulling our hair out because it's stressful. There's different things that are going on that go on to your guys' personal life that your employees are dealing with that other people are dealing with as well. Interaction posts. Our Thanksgiving's going to be a little different this year. What can you publish that you guys are going to be doing different that is going to resonate with your guys' consumers? Any type of engagement that you can get into that is going to help. And I see a ton of it going on. Just today, I actually saw a post from one of my clients submitting, what is your favorite meal for Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I love food, and it had so much interaction on it and new recipes, new things that I'm going to make this year because it sounded really good. It doesn't always have to be driven for promotions or for financing options or for tune-ups. It can be driven just on the normal things that you do as a human that your consumers are doing as well.
Absolutely. You guys, when you go through your networks, you've got three different primary kinds of people you're talking to, right? You have your friends and family, which you've got personal relationships with them. You also might not have as big of a filter as you need to have when it comes to your friends and family. You might even have some bad habits from your personal Facebook page. Let me just throw that out there. You have your customers, right? And your customers are not all part of your family, right? They're not all just like you. They're different. They have different mindsets. They have different beliefs. They have some different thoughts. And then they have lots of similarities as well. So we need to find that common ground. And then you have strangers. Those strangers are suspect from day one. They don't trust you from day one, right? They don't believe you. They've been burned, no different than you guys and us. If this is the first time you're ever hearing of CI Web Group, already you're suspect. You've been burned by other marketing companies. We might not care about you. Marketing companies don't know what they're doing. There's all these things that happen when you're a stranger, right? I get it. I completely get it. By the way, you don't have to worry. Right? This is what happens when you put a bunch of moms together running a business. Okay, so when it comes to strangers, you guys, you got to connect with them on things that might be more generalist, right? Commonalities, but general. So we've got to fit our content from our social media inside each one of these spaces without losing another area of the business, without losing a segment, without losing a piece of the market. So don't take what you do with your friends and bring it over to strangers and think it's going to work, right? We might need to tone this down a little bit. We might need to, move this up a little bit. We've got to be careful. We have to find a balance. But the communication with each is going to be different. We have to understand what motivates each one of them. The average human, they want to know, like, and trust you. The average human wants to save time. They want to save money, and they want a happy life. They want to spend time with their family. Right? There are some commonalities with us as humans that you can bank on. You can bank on that people generally are kind, generally want more time, more money, more freedom, generally want a feeling of connection, right? And these are all things, they want to be comfortable, right? And you can bank on these things. What moves them? What do they like? How do you connect with them and how they're feeling? As Jasmine said, it's not always about the $69 tune-up. Should you throw that in there? Yes, but that's a given. But it is about connecting with the mom who's pulling our hair out from doing homeschooling for the last year. Or the first-time home buyer who's scared to death to buy a new home, but sees it's a huge opportunity right now to do so, right? We've got to connect and understand how people are feeling right now. If they're feeling negative, then be the positive light. So, what to avoid? Here goes. This is the 5 things that will divide and conquer your entire efforts in a negative way. Don't post about sex. Don't post pictures that you know are possibly attractive to your buddies, but not necessarily to the mom that's sitting at home homeschooling her kids that's making the decisions right now about things and remodels that are happening in the house. Trust me, there is a huge population of women right now who are remodeling their house one room at a time. Why? Because they have time to do so. Because that is what's keeping them sane. Don't post about politics. Period, exclamation point, period, exclamation point. Don't do it. Technically, you shouldn't do it on your personal page either. It's not like it's private. Okay, as a company owner, and whatever your policy is within your company, hopefully you have some kind of social media rules. No sex, no politics, no religion, no sports, no negativity. The bottom line is with this list, 50% of your potential population of new customers, suspects, prospects may not believe exactly what you believe. They might have a different feeling. So you need to put your business owner hat on. And as a business owner, what we're trying to do is provide a service to anybody who needs the service, which means we shouldn't cut off 50% of our opportunity right out of the gate by posting content that's controversial. Period. Next, your content strategy. We're identifying the audience or the channel. We talked about that. Start with Facebook. Okay, why? Facebook can easily automatically post to your Instagram account and your Twitter account. Let's leave that. That's the simple one. Okay, your audience. Who's your audience? Friends, friends and family, current customers, and suspects. People who are suspect, right? And what kind of content are we going to post? We know what we're not going to post, right? 5 things not to do on social media: sex, politics, religion, sports, anything negative. Anything negative. And I know you might need to like hide your devices and go through a detox for like a month or something to stop, but do it. It's worth it. All right. Content. Holiday posts. That's the easy one. Outsource it. Motivational post. Also easy. Outsource it. If somebody's having a bad day and you say, or they're having issues in their family or their household, or they're going nuts, whatever their scenario is, and you post something that says, walk away, watch the sunset tonight, watch a child play, right? Go for a walk, go for a 15-minute walk, or you post a motivational quote. Lifestyle posts. You guys can change someone's day just by having them see it and go, okay, reset, right? Be that light, be that positive person, be that positive business, be that moment that they need. Lifestyle posts, them working out at home, their kids working out at home, families cooking Thanksgiving dinner, as Jasmine said, right? Creating a staycation in your barbecue. We have a client that we did a big promotion for them, and they installed gas lines to create gas lines for girls, and they gave away margarita machines this summer. Why? Because people weren't going on vacations. They had to cancel their vacation. Now they're staying at home. They wanted to make it comfortable and fun. So they did something different. Buy a new heating and air conditioning system. You got a free margarita machine. That's hot. Could have been normally a Nest thermostat, right? Right. We're changing things up a little bit. Be different. Did you know post? Did you know if you blank, the window's blank? Did you know if you do this, that it's going to cost you this? Whatever your did you knows are. Games and puzzles. Sometimes people just need some mind-numbing dumb humor or something intellectual for just a minute, one of the two. So jokes and humor, if you can include puppies and kittens, you got a huge portion of the population. Posts that are links to information on your website. So obviously resharing your blog content, great information or pillar content on your website, promotions and reminders. You guys, as you have storms coming, remind people what to do. When all of the fires were occurring up along the Pacific Northwest or the Pacific Coast, remind people what to do, right? Give them some tips on how to stay safe. Tell them that you're open, that you can help. Same thing after the hurricanes. So when you have big events or big season changes or big weather events, pause for a minute and send out those reminders. And it doesn't just have to be about heating and air conditioning. You can remind people that now it's a good time to trim your trees, right? This is the month you trim your trees. Why? I just looked outside and I noticed that I have this like crazy tree over here. So it just made me think, I don't know when I'm supposed to cut that thing, right? That's not me. So give people reminders that can help them in their lives. Company and industry news, weekly HVAC DIY series. How can you do it yourself? Customer spotlights, charity and causes. Make sure you pause for a minute and thank people who have followed you on your social media site. Thank your loyal customers. Thank somebody who had you that recently did the fourth service or has been a customer of yours for the last 10 years. Or if you have a client that maybe you've done work for 3 generations deep, and create a story about that. That's amazing content that you have a customer that's that loyal. Create a Facebook Live session about HVAC maintenance tutorials, how-tos, get engagement, get people. Don't think that they're not going to call you. They don't remember your visibility rank needs to improve for people to even see you. By being an asset and providing value and information, that's how you're going to increase your visibility rank, and your brand awareness is going to improve as well. So when they can't figure it out themselves, they're absolutely going to call, versus you post nothing and they didn't know you existed. Jasmine, anything else you would add to this content strategy to give them ideas?
No, I think you kind of covered everything. The one thing that I would say about the reminders is when you're doing your guys' furnace maintenances and kind of going through all of that, I think something good, you already have to get on the roof or you have to go into the attic, reminding them about their gutters. Right now, it's time to clean your gutters. Your tree made me think of that. Just doing simple tasks like that. If you're going to an elderly person's home and you see that their gutters are full, taking 5 minutes to clean those out will help not only drive that security for that customer, it will have them talking to their customer, their friends and families as well. So you gain more customers just doing those simple things. And like you were saying, posting pictures of puppies and kittens. I know a lot of technicians that go out and they play with the customers' dogs and they take videos of it. Posting those to your guys' social media. I go through it and I look at other accounts just to see what they're doing. Being able to be familiar with that company and what they're doing will make me feel more confident in having them in my home. And that's kind of how I go as a consumer. If I feel comfortable with what you guys are posting to your social media, I'm going to feel a little bit more relaxed with you coming into my home with my dogs and my kids and making sure that you're going to take care of what my house looks like now and not leave a mess. Any post of your guys' jobs, of your installations, doing videos, that allows people to see how you're treating other people's homes. And when you treat other people's homes with respect and you showcase that, you tend to get a little bit more with your customers' interaction. And not only that, you gain new followers. Going to social media that doesn't have anything published for months and months, I'm going to think you're closed. If you don't have anything fun, I'm going to think you're boring. You have to engage with your consumers and you have to know your audience.
Absolutely. You guys bring that level of transparency in there. When Jasmine's talking about posting videos of playing with their dogs, you might not think that's important. It is. Instead of standing up with a big Halo box and saying, Halo, $49, this can help remove particulates in your room and blah, 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 right? Whoop. Like get on Facebook Live and say, look, there is a lot of misinformation that's coming out about how heating and air conditioning and indoor air quality impacts particulates and so forth, viruses in the home. Let me break it down for you, right? Have that soul and that connection instead of being that advertiser. No one wants to hear the My Pillow commercial, right? That's not what they're interested in, but they absolutely are interested in hearing an expert's opinion on how we can make our homes safer, how we can save money, how we can repair damage from flood, fire, and disaster, how we can improve the safety for our children and our parents that are in the house, how we can reduce allergies in our home, right? All of those things you have in your head. You explain these scenarios to people all the time at the kitchen table. Take what you talk about at the kitchen table and turn it into a live video. In fact, every time you get in your car, and I know this feels odd, grab that phone, set it on your dashboard, and have a quick conversation about whatever came out of that particular event. So grab your phone, hit Facebook Live and say, hey, you guys, I'm just out here at a client's house. And oh my gosh, let me tell you what not to do. I just noticed that the heating and air conditioning company had put in a system that was way too big for this house, way too big or way too small. See, I don't know. You get my drift, but talk to it. Too small for this house. What happens when your air conditioning system is too small for the house? It does blank, right? Or the ductwork blank. Get into your zone and just talk. And do it every time you go on a job. Share that information. Why only share it with the people who already bought from you? Why share it? Why not share it with people who may buy from you? Jazz.
One more thing is, right now, a lot of companies are doing virtual training for their technicians. They have their technicians in the office. They're on webinars for 8 hours a day, learning from other companies because you're able to do that now. Taking pictures and videos and letting people know that your technicians are constantly going through training, constantly going through different things, makes people feel a little bit more comfortable. And that's not something I saw on this list. But if you're doing weekly meetings at your office with your technicians, showing them how to fix a furnace when it's going out, showing them what to do with an inducer motor, how to clean those, how to clean coils, any of that, and you're teaching them. Taking videos or images and putting those on are going to make people feel okay, they're a little bit more knowledgeable and get more comfortable with you. It's all about making sure your clients are comfortable with you when it comes to your social media and that they have trust in your company.
Absolutely. Guys, if you've got someone young in your company that's giving you ideas, they're feeding your brain, we should publish this on our social media. We should publish this on our social media. Do it. Let them do it, right? As long as you stay away from the 5 do nots. Get creative. Your goal with this is we want to connect with people. We want to inspire people. We want to make people laugh. We want to motivate them to do things. We want to remind them. We want to thank them. We want to engage. What's happening in their life? Think about these real life connections. What's happening in their life, their work, with their kids, with their mind, in their community, in their city, in their state. And how can you make their day better? How can you be there when they need you for whatever that moment is? Jeez. As you guys are creating content, the kinds of content. So obviously video has the highest view rate on social media sites. Doesn't mean video, I need to go produce something. It means video. It means something really simple. A video that publishes content. It moves. It's got some kind of creative content to it. Doesn't mean it has to be anything heavily produced. Start with these things. This is part of some of the free content we're giving you guys. Next, graphics, text, hashtags, pictures. If you've been publishing subpar photos, change it up. Start moving it to infographics. Start moving it to professional videos. Replace them with a little bit higher quality content so you have more of an attractive feed across the board. And then intermix those real-time live pictures, behind the scene footage in the middle of it. So you've got professional content, professional video, and then you have real behind the scenes footage, real behind the scenes information. So on our site, I may post, my team may post a promotion that says free website with any SEO plan. Right now we're running something called the fast track roadmap, or 12-step fast track. Free website with any social media or any SEO plan. Okay, so we may post a professionally designed graphic for that, but then right behind that, post a picture of our entire team doing we've got a contest coming up. We just finished our Halloween costume contest. So we posted a photo on our Zoom meeting of everybody in their crazy costumes. Now we'll do an ugly sweater competition. That's coming. To show the people behind the business. So try and intermix both and make your content, change it up a little bit so it's not the same thing continuously. As you guys go through, you're going to have lots of different ways to generate content. You're going to come up with new ideas, use them, whether it's photos, whether you're shouting a promotion, whether you're getting people to email you. or participate in a survey or a questionnaire, if you've got targeted or focused ads that are going out, if you want them to download a document or upload their favorite picture of their favorite puppy, or if you want them to vote or share information on what their favorite song is. There's lots of different ways to create content. When it comes to your lead capture strategy, ever so often, maybe 1 to 3 posts, go for the juggler. Go for the business, right? This is where you create a predefined landing page. That landing page is the promotion. It's the 89, 69, 59, whatever the offer is that you guys are going to be promoting. Create a professional graphic. Okay. Post the graphic with the content and then boost the heck out of it. Boost the heck out of it. Okay, spend money, spend $100, spend $200, spend $1,000, whatever you're comfortable with to get that ad to drive leads to your website. So if you're doing a tune-up special and you're trying to drive leads to the site, or if you're doing submit your old system for a discount for a new system, or if you're doing a giveaway for a new air conditioning or heating system, whatever your strategy is for conversions. So sometimes we're just trying to create engagement. Sometimes we're trying to build in visibility. Sometimes we're trying to build trust. Sometimes we're just trying to make somebody feel better that day. Sometimes we're trying to build our network and capture more likes or friends or followers or fans. And sometimes we're trying to close some business. And all of those things are okay as long as none of them are too excessive. So we want to bounce in between this different content. But when you get ready to convert, take it seriously. When you get ready to convert, start with the landing page, add your lead capture form, design your graphic, and you're talking about a small graphic, 700 by 700 pixels. Create a small chunk of content, maybe 100 words or less. Actually less than that, probably 40 or 50 words as your max. Publish that post and then put an advertising budget to it to get traffic to see it. We want to drive the audience to act. The goal is to try and get them to convert. So you can't get people to convert to new leads if we don't get the visibility and the engagement through all the other activities. But I understand that you guys want to drive leads. So absolutely. Driving leads is going to come from strong call to action. Stop in today, get a free quote for your HVAC system. Drive them to your website to get a free quote online. Switch from an oil to gas and get a free year of maintenance or care. Sign up for our maintenance agreement or buy a new heating or air conditioning system and get a 5-year maintenance agreement with it. Get $40 off new water heater when you stop by today. So you send people to your website. Get them to stop by the site and to do things. So stop by our website and get an estimate on a new heating and cooling system. That's your e-commerce. Get them to stop by the website to take the quiz, an IAQ quiz, for example. Get them to stop by your website and troubleshoot the issue. And if they can't fix it, then they can call to get it repaired. Get them to stop by your website to see what their promotions are. In fact, get them to sign up with your email and or text marketing solutions to see promotions that are never posted on the website, special promotions that are not available online. Every single year, we are tracking what promotions have the biggest impact. Right now, these are the top promotions for service offers and replacement offers across the board. These are the highest converting offers. So pause for a minute, go design all the graphics for these, or have a company, we can design all the graphics for these. We'll make them match your brand. We design a header image that goes at the header of your Facebook page. We design the 700 by 700 graphic for your post and design a slider for your website. Each one of those graphics, you can interchange them throughout the entire year. So you'll have graphics that are marketing a $69 AC or furnace tune-up or inspection, or the $89 with a free upgrade to hospital grade air filter, or the $50 off repairs over $500, or trade-in credits up to $1,500. These kind of graphics, you can create permanent assets that can be used year over year over year, and not just used on social media, but also used in blog posts, in videos, in print graphics, and so forth. So I would encourage each of you guys, go through your promotions and see what do you guys have available right now? Do you have a clear strategy for promotions? Next, videos, forms, text, and chat. And then as we dive in, our goal is we want to be visible through search, social, and local. We want to build brand awareness, advertise promotion services and more, engage current and future customers. Remember that those who are not current clients are suspects. So we want to make sure that we're building that relationship with them. Share your company created content in addition to agency created content. So let's review on the social media side. Number one, you're going to set your budget. Your budgets are going to change, right? Set your budget by as far as social media as a whole, also for individual campaigns. So if you are launching a campaign that's for a system replacement, heating or air conditioning system replacement, you may have a higher advertising or boosting budget than if you are going after a $89 tune-up special, for example. Next, choose your audience, and then finally create, publish, and boost your content. Ideally, we're trying to promote, engage, connect, capture, and then of course, continue to build our brand. When it comes to your conversion strategies, this is something to analyze on a regular basis, is go through and figure out what are all the ways you have to convert. Make a list. So if you guys go sit down and look at your website right now, how many ways do you allow people to convert? Do you allow them to text you? If not, let's make that happen. Do you allow them to call? Can they subscribe to get discounts that are or promotions that are only available offline? Can they apply for financing? Can they download a guide or a book? How to choose or the top 5 questions to ask before hiring an HVAC company? Can they talk? Can they chat with an AI chatbot? Can they chat with you at midnight or on a weekend or on New Year's? Can they share the content on your website? Can they like it? Can they leave a review as soon as they get to the site? Do you have leave a review in your header? Can they promote your site on their social media sites? Do you have a share button? Can they sign up or subscribe for your maintenance agreement? Can they join the maintenance club? Can they buy online? Can they request a quote? Do they get a special when they refer a new customer? Can they follow you on your networks? Each one of these conversion strategies allows you to connect with consumers where they are based on what's important to them, when it's important to them. It's not based on Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, fill out a form or give us a call. Once you have this network, right, your social media network, your list of leads and customers, prospects, suspects, and friends, we need to nurture those database. The way we nurture them through email marketing and text marketing. We want to encourage people to sign up. Again, this is by providing exclusive content only available to those who sign up for your text or your email marketing strategy. Make sure that you've got some kind of specials and discounts that are only available to your club members or your lists, or allowing people to subscribe to your email and your text messaging system through the form of giveaways. Eventually, we want to get out of people's mailbox and into their inbox, and eventually we want to get out of their inbox and into their mailbox. The combination of each, wildly important. We want to allow people to choose how they connect with you. Let them choose. Do they want a text or do they want an email? We want to make sure that everything is obviously optimized for mobile, as we're a mobile environment right now. We need to make sure that we're publishing content and nurturing those leads and prospects and suspects on a routine schedule on a regular basis. Pick a schedule and stick to it. If your schedule is quarterly, fine, it's quarterly. If it's annually only on Christmas, then it's fine, it's only annual on Christmas. Your visibility rate goes down, but that is what it is. If it's every single month, you have some kind of valuable content that's going out that helps people improve their lives or accomplish their goals of saving time, money, or creating freedom, or making their lives more comfortable, then make it that. Include links to your website, encourage them to follow you on social media sites, request reviews, and leverage video. Guys, we have a few specials or promotions that are available For anyone that needs help, I'm going to show you how to get to the free social media videos, or the free social media videos, as well as the graphics that everybody that's attending this workshop has. And you guys, I want to remind you that we've got an entire series of workshops on the Toolbox or the Academy websites. Make sure you guys go back there and check out what workshops are coming up, and you can access all of those recordings as well. So first and foremost, as I mentioned, the 12-step fast track. This is a free website with any SEO plan, and those do start at $400 a month. Your Comfort Expert social media publishing program, that's current promotion we're running for $29 a month. And that is where we'll publish content to your social media platform. It'll be Facebook, LinkedIn, or excuse me, Facebook and Instagram, if those are connected. And then also, if you need help with text messaging or an AI chatbot with troubleshooting, there are also options for those as well. And then all of the programs you can see through HVAC Marketing Guide. So you guys get access to those graphics. You can do that by visiting hvacmarketingguide.com, download the marketing guide, and it's going to automatically send you over to mysocialmediagraphics.com. And that's where you can download 100 free social media graphics, as well as I want to say there's around 40 new HVAC marketing videos that are also included in there. Those are yours as well. And come back and visit that folder on a regular basis because it's consistently being updated. Outside of that, Jasmine, do you have anything else you'd like to add, or do we have any questions? And feel free, you guys, if you have questions, you can use the chat bot, the chat inside the Zoom meeting, and we'll get to those as well.
I don't have anything else to add to it. I think that we covered a lot of what we needed to go over. I don't see any questions either at this time, unless the people are writing them now.
All right, you guys, with that, thank you so much. I see a lot of our clients on here, as well as a lot of guests. I really appreciate you taking time to be with us today. And let's amp up that game on our social media networks and continue to improve our visibility, ultimately growing the business. And you guys take advantage. Set up a free strategy session as frequently as you want to. That's what we're here to do, is help you guys grow. Growth requires change. Let's make it happen. Thanks again, you guys.